Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensei Al Bob. And I hope you like the morning show. And here's the afternoon one. The Christmas tree is being defrocked. And I'm a firm believer of keeping my Christmas tree up all year long. I when I lived in upstate New York and near Ithaca, uh, I was in a volunteer fire department, and I was right across the street from it. Right, and that's how I became a volunteer. I walked in there, and all these cute girls. I said, "Girls, what's going on?" I said, "Oh, it's our fire department." And the captain was a female, and the lieutenant was a female, and out of the 30 or so members of the house, 25 were women. Two were young guys. One was me. I was in my 30s, I guess, almost 40s. And so, and it was one of the better things I did. And that was first they sent me up to, I live right across the street from the house. I said, "You should drive the fire truck." Every little boy's dream, right? Good job. So they sent me off to fireman school. I took a course in how to drive. And they said, "So, you learn, here's your certificate. I'm driving a fire truck. How would you like a certificate on driving an ambulance?" I said, "Sure." Okay. Because I had a lot of time, I didn't have to rush home for another job, right? I just could do it, right? And they gave me a per diem too, which was quite nice. I was in a nice motel not far from the school, and they had a deal. And this Indian guy was running it, and he had a whole bunch of things that weren't working. He had a swimming pool and a jacuzzi that was, undercover, but he couldn't get the heat pump to get hot enough for people to use the pool. So it was like a waste of time, expense, etc. And couldn't get anybody to do it. So I did it. So he gave me a nice suite with a jacuzzi in it, and a free breakfast. Right? So a real breakfast, right? And so yeah, his wife would make. So I did that, and I fixed other things for him. I was there for almost a month because I got to drive, the certificate for driving a fire truck, a big truck, a pumper truck, right? How to use the pumper truck and all the above. How to use all the hydraulic tools, right? And then I learned how to drive a ambulance, and we had a big bus. I mean, it was like a rolling emergency room, right? And we could do surgery. So I learned how to drive that and what all the tools were and how to use them. And then I took a course to be an EMT, right? And they had a like accelerator course, right? And so most people took these courses in a community college nearby them, and did it over half a year or so. I just stayed there and did it, and I got that, and then I got a first responder, and then I got an EMT emergency technician, right? And that's a guy who once the patient is in the bus heading towards the emergency room, well, to urgent care. Not we take them to urgent care, not to emergency room. Straight into, right? So they had all these devices. I mean, we had these hydraulic suit that we put people in, and it would squeeze, keep their, I mean, like a total tourniquet of their body, right? Keep all the blood in their body so they couldn't bleed out, right? No matter how tore up they were on the inside. We had a machine that kept their heart beating, basically gave mechanical CPR. And we also had a ultrasound. So we could look at their whole body and see what bones were broken, what organs were perforated, all that kind of stuff, what kind of leakage, all of that, right? And all of this stuff would be telemetered back to the urgent care place, right? And we were where our our house was about 20 miles less, maybe 15 miles to this amazing Cornell urgent care place, right? Top of the, could deal with anything. And so if we could, we had about, from the time we cut somebody out of a vehicle and put them in the bus, we had about 30 minutes to get them there, no matter how really screwed up they were. So I really got a crash course, and I had already taken a ton of medical courses when I was at VA, right? And and I went to Davenport, Idaho, or Iowa, where the last osteopathic university was, and studied there and learned acupuncture and kinesiology and chiropractic. And then I studied with a Chinese doctor, really learned acupuncture and herbs. And then I studied with my master, Akashi K, in Putney, Vermont. He was a Japanese Shinto priest. So I had a lot of experience. So anyway, that's why I'm still alive. I kind of know what I'm up to, right? So I went. My doctor is taking care of me. He does a very good job, but he's one doctor. He takes care of 1,200 people. He's like, I don't think he's long for this world. He's always stressed out. Oh, he likes me because I already know everything. I give him, this is what I want you to look at. This is here's been my blah blah blah. I already just had the blood test last week, and here's the result. I'm on top of it, right? So he likes that, right? And then he asks me questions about his life, and I give him feedback. And there's a person who actually, realizes my skill sets and takes advantage of it. Now, there are a ton of people around me, especially the tweaker set of the rich folks who are, coming into the national forest where I live and just ripping and tearing everything, and then dispossessing. They bring along their manservants and then throw them out under the bus. So there's probably about 3,000 homeless people around me within a 10-mile radius, right? And I constantly, they're always, lined up at intersections and around. And so this last week, when it got so cold where I was, it was 60 degrees, meaning it was minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So water freezes at 32, so you add 40 and 32, and you get 72 degrees below freezing water. Plus we had wind chill, so it's like almost 100 degrees below zero. It was like mind-boggling, right? So I saw these folks. I got them into the hippie wagon, which has a wood stove, and they wanted me to go get wood. I said, no, out in the woods, go get wood. It hasn't started to snow or rain yet, so put as much wood under the bus and then break up little pieces, and that's what you burn. And they go, hey, we don't want to do that. I said, look, that freeze. This will be, at least you'll be out of the elements. The wind won't get you, right? But if you keep feeding that little wood stove, it'll be toasty woasty, right? So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. I am him. And here we are, the day before New Year's Eve. Today's Friday. Today is the 30th, I think. And tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And so I've been working on my New Year's resolution since 4th of July. And I see what's coming. There are a lot of people who think, oh, I know, I'm following this. I've been involved in politics for at least years, Good on you for that. I believe in this. I believe in that. You know. Well, what do you see? What do you see? Let's see. Let's see if Magic Man is around. I sure could use something in the old PayPal. Ooh.
I was just saying, this better be somebody good.
Yeah, but somebody good. It's your double doctor here,
Double doctor.
along
You
with
don't
the
have to
along
say
with the,
that twice.
along with the crowd.
Oh my goodness.
The crowd is here.
My voice is not exactly up to snuff, but
Whatever it
saying
does,
this.
we'll do it well.
I can make new characters.
Yep, always. Yep. And that's the joy of this. There's always a new character to be had. You can unleash from your psyche.
Absolutely.
Yep. So did you see the last couple of ones with the
I
unmentionable?
glanced them. I did not get to really view them due to my kind of like having shamanic encounters with my physical ailments.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I was in the hospital the other day.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and it was a simple thing, and the person who was taking care of it was fine. She was very competent and on top of it, and we were communicating well. And then the head bureaucrat came to, oh no, he needs this done to him, which would cost $100,000. And I said, no, I don't. Well, you don't even know what it is. I said, sure, I do. You're going to do this, and this to my internal organs. And no, I don't want you to do that. Well, you signed this thing. I said, yeah, I signed it to get an ultrasound, not to be opened up. So, I want to see your boss. Well, you can't. I said, I want to see your boss, or I'm calling my lawyer. Okay. So I had that kind of day.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
And then I came home, and the guy who I'm letting to stay in a gypsy bus so he doesn't freeze was all upset because he wanted me to drive him down the road to get cigarettes because he was having nicotine. He really was. He was like, going nuts, right?
It is a very powerful drug. I was under its dominion for many years.
So I said, I can't. What do you mean you can't? I said, look at my car. It's full of stuff. And I said, I'm not feeling and I just left him. And so he was like doing that. And so I see a real a Darwinian line. 2023 is everyone thinks the last 20 years were weird. Whoa, baby, right?
No, this is only going to get weirder.
Yep, weirder, right? And aliens are going to land. I mean, we're gonna. Do you ever remember that from the '90s on NBC, The Visitors?
Yeah, I think that was in the. Well, I think they remade it, not in the '90s.
Right.
But I really liked that show when I was a young kid.
Right.
I believe it was in the '80s.
Right, and they were all they were all really attractive. But when you took their skin off, they were reptiles. They looked like the Queen of England. Yeah. It was. So I think something of that nature is going to occur.
The Queen's a lizard.
Right. The Queen's a lizard, yes. But boy, before she eats your head off, the sex was great. Oi.
I stole one of the Queen's eggs.
Well, the Queen's eggs really are tasty with little mayonnaise on toast.
With a little sprinkle of adrenochrome.
Yes, exactly.
All right, then.
So, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you thinking for yourself for 2023?
I'm seeing. Well, I'm seeing new fortunes and opportunities.
Good.
I got a really good hit on a job opportunity, so it looks like that may be moving forward. I see me leaving the counseling world completely and going into the corporate sector.
Right. Well,
as I've said many times, if the eye in the pyramid winks, wink back.
Yes, exactly. The whole thing about so today I was hearing how Mega Ball is up in $1 zillion. So I always buy a ticket when it's up there because you got to be in it to win it.
You got to be in it to win it, baby. Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the I'm right in there with everybody else. So, but I go to this place that is owned by a Indian guy, and I love
Straight gangster.
yes, yeah, exactly. But I don't think he's that guy. He's that
And I
guy's
punch sacred cow.
right.
I
It's,
go to prison in only one day in my country.
yes,
So
yep,
fucked up.
Yep.
World's biggest democracy.
yeah, yeah,
And I go
right,
out there and fuck shit up again. I'm gangster.
right. Well, the guy at the gas station wasn't that guy. It was his cousin, Larry.
India, be hard, tough man like me.
Right, exactly. And so
Oh,
we
shit.
were talking, and I was, let me read your palm, and he kept like doing unbelievably weird things, like he couldn't just, and so I started reading his palm. He goes, "Tell me,
Playing
will,
hand
will,
puppet
will,
with
will I
hands.
have money? Will I have money?" And I said, "Well, you already have money. I mean, you own these 3 gas. How do you know I own these 3 gas stations?" I said, "Hey, I'm reading your palm." And he goes, "No one knows I own those gas
It's a
stations."
racial stereotype. That's why you know.
Yes, exactly. But he owns all 3. And so anyway, we were talking, and he goes, "Will I have more money? Will I have more money?" I said, "Well, the thing about you and money is you just keep trying to grab it. Everything is about grabbing money, and it's always just out of your hand. If you just relax and let the money come to your hand, you'll have
Yes.
all the money you want."
Don't be a grubber.
Yep.
Don't be a grasper.
Don't be a grubber grasper. Yep. Yep.
Don't be a grasper.
Yes.
Then you'll be hungry ghost like Casper.
All right. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yep. 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 So
Very unfriendly ghost in reality.
well, yes. So I've
Grasping.
been having loads of fun paranormal. Like today, I went and saw another doctor, and then I went to this really nice. I guess what is it? Moussaka. Oh, that's Greek. A really nice Greek restaurant. And I had lunch at the Greek restaurant. Right?
Nice.
And I'm having my 3rd lunch right now.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if they're small, then it's no big deal, right?
3 lunch for 1 stomach.
Yeah, but with 2 or 3 hours
3
between
men
them.
and a stomach.
Yeah, about 3 hours between them, and they're not big lunches.
Take big dump between each.
Yes, oh, I did. Oh, ooh, I had one.
Big room.
Yes, nice greasy one, came out like a snake.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Ass cobra.
yes, ask Cobra. It smiled at me when I was looking at it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Oh, well, then you're going to be fortunate.
yes, exactly. That's why.
The
That's
ass
why I
cobra
went.
smiles.
Yes,
You
yes,
will have fortune for whole New Year.
yeah. That's why I bought the ticket. So
Oh, Tammy. Oh, Tammy.
oh, Tammy girl,
Oh, Tammy girl.
the pipes are piping.
Please sit on my cobra. Tammy.
My greasy
Boy,
cobra.
Tammy. We fight for Tammy. I used to be Tamil Tiger. Now I'm Tammy Tiger.
Tammy
Oh,
Tiger. Yes,
I like you, Tammy.
yes. Well, I'm Raglan. You remember Raglan T. Tiger?
No.
Before Rocky and Bullwinkle, there was Raglan T. Tiger, and I think a bunny, done by the same guys. It was in the 50s, and it was one of Captain Kangaroo's cartoons.
Yes.
So Rags the Tiger. Yep. And so what else is going on? It's turning out the sun is coming through the clouds again. So anyway, I was in this Greek restaurant. I wanted to go check out the Dollar Tree to see what great buys of Christmas ornaments I could get. And I left my everything bag just in the parking lot of this Greek restaurant. I put it down to unlock the car, and then I drove away without it. I was away for about 20 minutes, and I came back, and there it was. No one had touched it. No one had stolen it. I mean, it was right there out in the middle of, a parking lot along the side of a major road. And there it was waiting for me. So it was one of those interesting paranormal experiences where, the Lord was saying, slow down, moron, You're always talking to others about being conscious aware. Why don't you try it out?
Oh yes, that happens all the time.
Yes, that happens all the time.
Very ubiquitous pattern.
Yep. So that was a great blessing because, man, if I had lost my everything bag, that would have.
You would be fucked.
Well, not, it would have been, a challenge. I'd have to do a ton of stuff. But
Yes, you would
Yeah.
be inconvenienced.
as the unmentionable one would say, praise Jesus, praise Jesus, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. But
Why are you in contact with the unmentionable one?
I am. I called him up
Why?
because he's entertaining on the show.
Okay, good. He makes good performance pet.
Yes, he's right. Do you
like
remember?
a Shetland pony.
Yeah, it's like
More like a shithead pony. But
well,
that's
it's like a mix of that and remember Soupy Sales and Blacktooth and
Yes.
White Fang.
White Fang and Retard Boy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's what we because he's got more personas than you do, and but
Oh my goodness, yes.
but they're more, You're-
It's more pathological than humor.
right. That's yours are, motifs of a theatrical bent. His is just a flip of the roulette wheel of psychoses. So that's all it is. And so it's pretty cold here, but I survived it, and
Good.
I have a feeling that that's it. We're not going to have another one of those
No.
because right now it's in the 70s.
Why don't you make a Shetland boy come to New York City and clean out rats and pests in the building?
Oh, yeah, good idea. But he can't even, clean his asshole. So,
Oh my goodness.
right.
No, but it'd be good therapy for him.
Oh, a lot of things would be good therapy. I tried to.
But then again, he's not willing to give up the things that make him sick.
Right, exactly. Right.
If you do not willing to give up the things that make you sick, then you will stay sick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's the first question you have to ask anybody if you want to help them.
Right.
Do you want to get rid of the things that make you sick?
Right.
If you say no, then you say, okay, thank you very little, goodbye.
Right. And I would say, more than 60% of the American public is can't give up the thing that makes them sick.
That is correct.
And then that other
Most people do not change unless it is absolutely dire, and even then, very, very few.
Yep,
But this is why self-help books make money. This is how our podcast will make fortune, because everyone will keep coming back. It's like dealer.
Yep.
I feel so hopeful. I listen to your show, but I don't do shit. But I will go back to listen.
Right. I won't do anything you say. I won't, interact. I won't, the 100 people like yourself, you're one of the 100, actually got off your ass and got a hold of me. I didn't get a hold of you.
I continue to I struggle, but I struggle, then I say, okay, enough being asshole, time to change.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shorter and shorter time period.
And that, see, people don't understand that. So I go to all these churches and everyone's talking about being born again. Well, basically, you have to be born again every nanosecond of the day.
Absolutely.
You can't just.
Necessary.
Oh, I was born again April 4th, 1973. No, sorry.
No, that's bullshit.
That's a bullshit.
Never changed. You cannot be born again.
Right. So you got to be born again every nanosecond a day because, like I say, 60% of the day I'm pretty good at being consciously aware and consciously intent, but 40% of the day I'm a moron.
I want to read for you.
Read for me.
Proverbs.
Yes.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6.
Right. Shoot.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and learn not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That is means to me, you cannot rely on your own stupid bullshit. You not need to go outside.
Right.
If you want to change, you must accept the help you ask.
Right. Exactly.
You ask help, you tell help how to help. You are fucked.
Yep. Yep.
I'm a very angry guy sometimes.
Well, that's okay. As long as that anger is, focused in a
But
positive
there's a lot
direction.
of love in the anger because I am sad.
Right.
Because I lose good people. They die drugs. They live terrible life. They marry boyfriend who punched them
Right.
and kill baby.
Right.
And I put on silly voice, but I be serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
because
not
the
your
silly voice makes me from not cry.
right. That's not a silly voice. That's your Hindu gangster voice.
Well, yes, I'm in very moderate gangster form.
Yeah. You're like
more helpful, more helpful, less nihilist.
You're like Vishnu.
He's okay.
Vishnu is a helpful gangster type.
Ganesh is more my favorite.
Okay.
The remover of obstacle.
Right.
And then we realize that the obstacle is us, is ourselves, our thinking. We are all addicted to our own thinking.
But when we think, we believe.
That is correct.
Right.
So
I'm turning the reins over to you while I go to little boy's room. Nature calls. So you entertain the audience, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Well, the owl is going to either urinate or defecate. I am here with you. I am Mr. Magic. I have many voices. Sometimes I sound like a New York white guy, Irish guy. Sometimes I sound like English. Sometimes I sound like Indian. And I don't mean Indian, I mean Indian. But that's racist and bad. So you two can eat my dick. But I love you anyway. But I met Owl Bob through computer because he did the thing on the show with the crazy young kid about meeting Irish Crow. I was in very bad depression at that point in my life. I like the old guy regaling stories. Very beautiful soul, nice man, very good at, I don't like to say advice, although he may say advice, I believe suggestion, because you are free to choose. If I say I give you advice, is no good, because that makes you seem like I have to tell you what to do. I don't want to tell you what to do. My job, just like Owl, is to help you, to tell you what to do. I offer suggestion only, and Bob does as well. He offered a very good suggestion, and I take his suggestions. Even before I met, we have very similar thinking, and I was energized and came out of my depression. And also, so people know, I am not doctor. He is a double doctor. I don't need to say that twice. But as far as depression, for me, I am not going to say you don't go to a doctor or stop taking medicine or whatever. That is your issue. But for me, to get out of any depression, I must recognize that I have let myself go into thought patterns that create the depression. I must admit to myself that I am the cause of the problem, because I am also the source of the solution. And our Bob has very similar ideas, and that is why we are friends. Are you done defecating? Oh my goodness! I hope it comes out okay. I think we need to send positive energy to our Bob for his healing, to bolster his life force. And so we know that we are not alone on spiritual journey. You don't need computer to access spiritual journey. Breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Focus on a sacred word, whether it be peace, serenity, God, Jesus, whatever you think is the word for you. Focus on the word as we meditate. Even if you drift away from meditation, go back into the word. Forget all the distractions, the noise in the background, the shitty audio quality. Forget all that. Focus on the word in all things, in all ways, in all times.
I'm back.
Peace be unto you. And now we are back.
And now we're back. Let's see. I wish I could make this thing get lighter, brighter. Oh, I just have to think about it and it doesn't. Look at that.
So
Okay.
you
we're
think
back.
about how light your dump is going to be, and it
It was another greasy snake.
ass cobra,
Yep, another. But it didn't bite. It was just another greasy snake.
and it didn't smile.
It winked at me.
Oh, wow. You're progressing.
Yeah, it went from smiling to winking.
Oh, my goodness. If it gets any friendlier, it might want to crawl back in.
Well, I'm not letting it out.
No. You just got to let it go, baby.
Right.
All about letting it go. Letting go.
Yeah, it's all about letting it go. So let's see. I can't see. Well, we have 0 people watching and 0 thumbs up. So okay. And 32.
Well, John's got 6 people watching at the moment.
Oh. Do you think I think he invents those people.
I would not be surprised in the least.
He has. I mean, by the time, the other interesting thing. So this morning I did one, and I had about 32 people watching, and a few likes. And then I went back and looked at it, and it said I had 6 people watching, and no likes. So it's like someone got their thumb on the scale, but that's only the digital scale. The ubiquitous shamanic scale. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Whole nother story. Whole nother story. Yes.
This is where we use the frequency against itself.
Yes. We bounce it back. We bounce it off of Venus. Yes. We bounce it back. We bounce it off of Venus. Venus is penis. Venus is penis.
All right, now we're gonna get really. I'm gonna get really creative. But hold on.
Okay, I'm holding. So hello there, one person. Is that you, Mr. Magic? The one person who's watching?
Yes, it's Martyred Artist.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready to go to sleep now. So I've taken all care of everything. I've been inspected inside and out, and they put the U.S. seal of approval on my butt, and I'm good to go for another year.
You're grade A.
Grade A. I'm grade A. Grade A, baby. Grade A, baby.
Now we can add a little impromptu music.
Okay. Oh, oh, oh.
So,
Yes.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yep. I'm good. Yep. Yeah, I survived. I mean, I could have. I told you this story about the LPG tank bouncing off my leg, right? And my Bruce
No.
Lee moves.
Yes, I think you did actually.
Right.
I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to do a video chat on YouTube?
Sure, that's what I do.
No, but I'm saying like, I don't know the software that well. I was just gonna like fuck around.
Oh, you're talking about like doing a Zoom thing where we have 4 or 5 people's faces.
Sort of like that, yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure how that works.
Yeah, no, I've done the live chat where people chat away on the side over here,
Well, that's what told me.
right?
Yeah,
But
that's something I'm gonna try to maybe spring on you one time.
oh yeah, no, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
And my digital guru, he started his own business. You know, he was, the the horse's whip for another guy's business, and I said you should do this yourself, and he did. You know, he had a little money saved away, and he stumbled into a good place, and he instead of worrying about it, he just went off. You know, I said, don't worry about anything, just do it. And he's really, he did that a number of months ago, and he's really happy, and everyone in his family is happy, and everything is going great. I said, don't overextend, just build it pebble by pebble, and you'll be great. And he is. So I went and visited him the other day. He lives down by Asheville, so I went down there. My car made it down and made it back, and so it was good to see him happy. And that's all people have to do, because most people wouldn't have taken advantage of the opportunity. They'd worry about it too much. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, how am I going to pay? Oh, he didn't. I said, don't worry about anything. Just do it. And he did. And it all fell nicely into place for him. So
yeah, I have a good vibe about this recent developments in my career search.
Right. Just go with the flow. Don't try to grab it. Just let it come to you.
Yeah, it was pretty much like that so far.
So that's definitely it. So,
and it was like the least expected, and I guess that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
It was like, really? That's the one?
Right.
Okay.
And when I was more in the flow of doing lots of stuff, I never even thought about it. I just kept going from this to that to this to that to this.
Yeah.
Table tennis, and it always kind of worked out because I never worried about it. It was always for the best of everybody, not just me, and I did okay. And so that's how I kind of got myself into rolling. And so I would roll from one thing to the next, to the next, and to next and next. And a lot of people would freak out because they go, oh, this is a career. How can you just leave that career? I told you the story when I was, working in the shrinky world. And I did that really well for other people, who had the license and all that. I was just their workhorse. And they told me I had to not get people out the door so quick, to milk their insurance. Milk their insurance. And so I said no. And they said, no, you're really good. You're going to be one of us. I said, one of you? And I said, you got to be kidding me. I quit. And he couldn't believe that I would just walk away. Don't choke now. Anyway, I'm gonna, let's see, what time is it anyway? Oh yeah, I'm gonna mosey on home before it gets Either rainy or dark or something.
Either rainy or dark or something.
Okay.
Dark or something. Rainy or dark or something. Rainy or dark or something. Yep.
Rainy or
Dark
dark
or
or
something. Yep. And with that, that's the harbinger of things to come for those who are too anxious to be happy. That's what this world is going to be for 2023. All those too anxious to be happy will be even more miserable. And all of those folks who are in the middle of war zones, you're going to have to really do some brave stuff and not be angry, not be violent, not fight a war. Just say no to violence. And with that, my good friends, I love you. I'll see you next year. Because the next few days, I'm not going out.
Cheers, everybody.
I have to wait until my Social Security check comes in about a week. So I've done everything I needed to do, ran all my errands, had three lunches in a row. I'm like a hobbit. First breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast. Right? Okay, handsome. I love you.
I love you too, Al. Thank
Okay.
you so much for your time.
Oh, yes. Ditto. I'll talk to you, not on the show, but if the magic of the deep green brings the radio phone waves to my phone, I'll give you a buzz.
Good stuff, man.
Okay, later.
Take care. Cheers, brother.
Yeah.